So I welcome you to the preview of the Italian Serie A match day 36. So just 3 more rounds to go, with Milan really top of the table and Inter dropping too many points, although I would strongly insist that Inter are still the better side. Juve or Napoli may also be better than Milan, but they are of course not awful. So, but anyway, they are out of contention, or are they? I'm not sure about the table. We have to check this one. Also, in the relegation, it is kind of exciting with Salernitana catching up a bit and Cagliari, Genoa treating water, what that's called, I think. And so some decisions to be taken. Still, there are a couple of sides that may not really be in urgent need to win. So then we have to be especially carefully in selecting or trusting the mathematical approach of how we calculate usually the prices. We have to, what I would like to point out at somewhere is that anyone at market, all those people that are involved into big bets, they, and call them professionals, which also would be the betting companies, they are also very afraid of these ultimate rounds, because they know we cannot use our common methods of calculating the prices, and because it is a matter of, well, it is more kind of guessing, or who will take it seriously and who would not, even after achieving their season's goals or failing to achieve season's goals, which can both have the same impact. Teams do not care so much about the results, and this is something we do not like so much. If we use a mathematical approach anyway, we wouldn't wish to have that. And if we were like a betting company or something, we would also just be afraid. Do not take any big bets. There's always something in the offing, something we should be aware of or we should watch out for. So it's not just myself, it's any professional gambler within the business, gambling. What is gambling? If it's a profession, it's no more gambling, really. Anyway, we keep that in mind. We still, if I'm advocating some bets here or so, I give some, I show this approach, I show how to calculate it, maybe what comes out with my settings, even how to adjust it within my tool here or there. And those are just actually, now my phone is ringing again. Ja, bitte? Okay, lucky enough. No one answering. Still, it is intended for smaller bets. I'm not advocating them and saying this is real for professionals. The approach is professional, and all I'm doing here is professional in the sense of how to select your bets. You're not starting to get emotional and so on. You have to watch out what you really do, and also arguing about the sites or the markets assessments, that we know where those prices come from, where's the difference, and so on. This is very professional, but the bets themselves would not yet be on this professional level, because I'm not taking into account these market adjustments, price movements, maybe the big moves, when would we go for the bets, and so on. So when I'm ready, or usually middle of the week, sometimes I do it early in the week, that I look at the matches and then compare what my computer thinks, but not looking so much at lineups, for example, or developments and so on. And maybe some other reasons why market would be like this. Here, there's only one chance: we go with Venezia or we leave it. We have to check out maybe the table, which I could do, of course, instantly. They may be 3 points behind, maybe 4 points even now. I'm not sure, but it may 3 points, 4 points here. Yes, 4 points compared to Salernitana. They still have 4 matches to go, while others have just these 3 matches to go, which I'm a bit curious about here, because they play each other. But still, they would not be out of contention, so that means the price is too low. Understanding that Salernitana are in good shape and Venezia are simply the worst. Inter, this is a common market price. Empoli in the middle of nowhere, 115, of course, way too low, but could we go against it? I would not advise to do that. 184 sounds pretty good on Juventus. We have to check out what they are up for. But they are not going to drop down anywhere. So they are not playing for anything. So while Genoa are fighting for their lives, so even if this would be indicated, still if market makes it 184, it still says clear favorites Juventus. Why would it be? Because they would still guess they play a proper game of football. Still, if it's an indication, then I would still say, well, maybe some small adjustments according to that. Torino-Napoli, we are going to check out the table here as well. How far Napoli are behind. They are still not out of the title race, more or less. But of course, with the recent bad results, they lost hope, and one of them at least will collect the points. So in theory, they could make 79 points, which could take over both of them, but either one, winning a game or collecting 3 or 4 points, would do, so the title race is over. 2.04 sounds like a proper price, but maybe computer is still a bit lower. I can't say, I'm not sure. Sassuolo against Udinese looks like a good price on Sassuolo, which I could imagine to bet on, but Udinese are more or less the team of the year, or the best side in most recent games, I would say. So, but Sassuolo always have tough competitors. Lazio Sampdoria 148 looks like way too low to me. We have to check out here as well. Torino are in the middle of nowhere. That was the game before. And who are they playing? Napoli. Yeah, so we could just follow the computer there. And in Sampdoria, that's what I wanted to check. That's 7 points. Yeah, still some small fears for them, and they take on Lazio, and there we had to make sure we understand the rules here. I think 5th and 6th place for sure, but 7th place maybe there are some of them in the cup finals and so on. This I usually do not like so much, to do these kinds of calculations. Anyway, they all can reach something here or achieve something. Fiorentina, Atalanta, Roma, Lazio, and so on. But 146 48 is way too low to me, because Lazio are not good enough for that. But I'm not sure if I would wish to take Sampdoria. I have to check that out. Atalanta 148 is like typical, maybe Spezia out of the problem zone. Are they? No, by no means. So this 148, well, computer will usually be a bit higher, I guess. Okay, so that's Salernitana, Venezia, that's the one game, that's what I meant, because they play midweek while all the others are on the weekend, and there I can't compare really, although I could still make the decision or take the decision, or I can compare this actually, but I will do in a minute. Venezia 3.03, well, they are no good, I don't want them, we can check it out. Salernitana, that's 242, well, that's a tough one, that's a tight one. Of course, we have to wait for tomorrow's result in a certain sense, but they may be level on points, or even Salernitana could be better. 242, still, I would somehow favor Cagliari. Thanks for your follow, Diesel. Yeah, I'm recording videos right now, but I will be there in a minute. Still, Milan 179. No way. I'm gonna go for Milan and Verona. I would trust very much. They would always be in for a fight. So maybe even go for Verona because Milan would not really deserve the title. I would rather say Inter, and that could Verona could be the tip the scale more or less, right? Fiorentina 248 sounds like a very proper price. If anything, I would go for Roma, but I understand they are no better than the others. 248 would still reflect this, but I didn't like Fiorentina so much when I saw them against Milan. Not much power there. Then I would favor Roma, but this is well reflected in these prices. Anyway, I could check out those midweek Salernitana here just quickly against, because why not make a bet there, and I'm gonna post a video before it, the kickoff here. And where is Salernitana? Here it says 269. I will have recompiled that. I understand that we could very well go quite a bit lower on them, but still I would, if anything, then I would still give the chances to Venezia. Understanding that it's the perfect chance for Salernitana to really escape this trouble with a win and a win on the weekend, but still this is just too low, the price. Okay. Anyway, we checked out this. The other games we will check out as we always do with the assistance of this Betmaster Tool here. And Inter, of course, as I said, 115 is way too low, but and the statistical method would even say somewhat better chances for Empoli, because 135 then it would make 140, 145 even, but I still wouldn't go for Empoli, although I know I like them a lot over the whole season and they are playing well. And would they dip the scale here and make Milan champions? I'm not sure, but you shouldn't bet these things in Italy, really. Juventus, that's what I said, it's way too high, but Genoa are fighting for their lives. Juventus are safe in the Champions League, and no way, so I'm not gonna bet on them. Napoli, here it would say 2.04 would even be a bet, but here it would say no, rather don't do it, and I wouldn't do it anyway, or I may have considered if I would have just seen this value here, I may have considered, but here it would tell me no, you were wrong either about Torino or about Napoli, and especially about their stats telling us, most likely Torino were better or Napoli better, worse, or both of this. So we don't bet here. Sassuolo, Udinese, as I said, could have been a bet here, but here would tell me, no, Udinese were really and deserved their recent good run. They were just playing good football, so no chance we are going for Sassuolo. Even 235 was market. Is way too low, way, because not even the tool with my settings would advocate this bet. Here we have 161. As I said, it's way too low market, 145 or 148 even. But and here it would say the chances are even better for well, maybe then there is a certain point. Although I have to admit that I also do not like Sampdoria so much, not because to like sides is the one thing, but liking them in the sense of how well they played is a different story, right? And this is the one we should have to care for. Still, in this case, I have to trust them, give them a chance, and maybe make sure the league status to contain the league status, and Lazio not too much to play for, but maybe always something international starting place. It is a regular game, and it's just on the edge of going with Sampdoria, which I have to decide in this case. Spezia against Atalanta, it's 157, and here it would clearly favor, here it's not so much of a difference, so actually we don't have a bet on Spezia nor on Atalanta, we just accept market's assessment. And then I don't know what I said when I saw the price of 148. Looks like a bit too low. yeah, it is low, but it's not good enough to bet them anyway, but it's not good enough to bet Spezia as well. Here it would say maybe once again go with Venezia, but it's only very marginal. Or here it would 232 would even be a Bologna, which is funny, but Bologna are out of trouble. Here it would say no, don't go with Bologna, so we are happy, we don't have a bet here. Here it would say maybe the chances for, once again, for Cagliari not to lose this game, but it's very marginal. Maybe in this case we have to check it out with the 161. We can check out the prices here with the double chance. If we choose this market here, double chance, and then we would see it's 158, so it's very marginal. Only this indication, we get a 161 here. And what did this one say? It says exactly the same. So the statistical method just confirms, but only by half an inch or whatever that comparison would be, by a fraction. Verona Milan is Fiorentina is one more game. Verona against Milan. It looked like too low on Milan, and this is confirmed by this method here. It is too low. We know what is at stake for them, and what is at stake for Verona. That is nothing. So if you would dare here, just watch out. It's not even a clear indication, just by the statistical method, 433 something. It's not really indicated. It would just be with the assistance of these statistical method, but would only be marginally be confirmed, and so I wouldn't advise it. And Fiorentina Roma, as I said, if anything, then it would be Roma, confirmed by this method here, the old comparison Betmaster Tool, but the statistical method here would confirm Roma had not been playing so well. So I easily accept market's opinion, and it wouldn't be really, I wouldn't have dreamt of finding a real bet on this one. So it's three that we found in the end. The Verona just is not good enough, not even by indication. And so we stick to these three, which are still quite, twice against Salernitana, who are the side that recently also made us enjoy football, or maybe like them, because they fought so hard. They were so clearly down with Ribéry in, and maybe even having some impact recently, whereby I didn't see him shine so much, but still maybe just with his presence also affecting the others. But in there for a fight, it's always somewhat kind of exciting and some fun. And when you see also some movements in the table, or such an outsider, an underdog conquering some chances. And so in both cases, it's not really comfortable. Venezia, no good. Cagliari, I would like, but it's still against Salernitana, no good. And Lazio were very good when I watched the game 4-3 win that they turned around at Spezia last weekend. They were playing well, but also conceded 3 goals and were down for quite a while still. The scoring 4 is pretty good. But anyway, was a good game. And Sampdoria I wouldn't like so much. Still, the indication is too clear. So we have these 3 bets here, but none of them, we understand the downsides, at least. Anyway, that's what I found here for this weekend, and we are looking forward to this, and it's the season closing in, and then next week, season, as soon as it starts, it's getting more exciting and more fun, or more assistance, more use of this tool, which is not so much in the closing stages. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.